In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your additional company settings in the iConnect back office. So once you've logged into your iConnect account through the back office, you're going to want to scroll down, click Company Settings, and from the drop-down, click Company. So here we have 3 tabs, and in this video, we're just going to go over additional settings. Now there's quite a few settings here, so I'm going to try to go over them in as much detail as possible. First, we have common settings. And the first setting under common settings is custom receipt number. So iConnect has its own system for numbering receipts, but if you want to customize that, you can do so here. First, by putting in a custom prefix. So let's say you want to just use ABC. And then you want your receipts to start out at 1,000 rather than 100. So this means that every receipt will have the prefix ABC and then 1,000 on. So your first receipt would be ABC 1000, your second receipt would be ABC 1001, and so forth. Company code is useful for multi-location businesses. So what this does is it allows you to give each of your locations, say you have 10 locations, a code. So maybe we have ABC1 is this location, the second one you'll call ABC2, etc. And this is good for reporting. Enable idle timeout, as the tooltip here will tell you. Basically what this does is it automatically logs a user out after 10 minutes, and then they'll have to log back in using their credentials, so that if the system is left idle for too long, nobody is able to come use it who's not authorized to do so. Enable PIN code allows you to set a PIN code for each of your employees to log in with, rather than having them use their full email login and password login. So a PIN code is much faster and easier to remember. And then enable events. Enable events is a new feature which allows you to create events in the system. So for a certain period of time, say you're going to convention or something like that, you can create an event, and when your employee opens the drawer, if it's during that event period, it will ask them if they want to set the drawer to an event, and later on you'll be able to report based on that. So say you opened 5 drawers for 5 days of your event, all the sales that went into those drawers will show up as part of that event, and you can calculate income from that event. Okay, so on to register settings. First we have salesperson required. So this, if you have it checked on, requires you to set a salesperson for each sale made in the system, and this is good for businesses that that are based off of commission particularly. Enable credit card signatures, pretty straightforward. It just means that there's going to be a line where you have to sign the credit card or sign the receipt when you use a credit card. Custom required, much like salesperson required, requires that each sale is linked to a specific customer. So if you're a business that you only do business with people you know and you want their information attached to the sale that you make, you would turn this on. If it's off, you can make sales to anybody under guest customer, and you don't have to take their personal information to do so. Add item to stock upon refund would simply mean that when you take a refund or you take a return, the item is added back into your inventory stock rather than put into something like RMA, etc. Price to include tax would mean that your final price in the sale will include the tax on your basically on the subtotal. The final total will include the tax. Next couple things we have are integrations that iConnect has. The first one being gift cards. So we have our own gift card system. If you want to use it, just keep it as iConnect. If you don't want to use gift cards, none. If you have a GiveX account, you can integrate with GiveX here, and you would simply enter in this format your user ID semicolon password, and that would integrate the system with your GiveX account. Or if you have an external account that you don't want it integrating into the POS, you just want to keep it separate on a separate terminal, you can just keep it as external. Charge to room, we are integrated with Digital Res, and here you would want to give your Digital Res business ID, and this is only for obviously businesses that have some sort of way to charge something to a room, so a boutique hotel or something like that. Lastly, we have the Avalara tax integration. So if you have an Avalara account, you can turn this on, and you would want to add your configuration information in this order: account number, semicolon, license key, semicolon, location code, semicolon, company code in here, and that would set you up with Avalara. Again, you have to have an Avalara account to use it. And then use sales invoice, just specifies how the information is going to be pushed to Avalara. Is it going to be in the form of a sales invoice or a sales order? Lastly, we have bundles and prepaid packages and kits. If you want to turn these on, click on, and then when you go to set up your inventory, which will be done in a later video, you can create bundles and prepaid packages, so certain services or products that are bundled together that customers can buy as a sort of one deal. And then, of course, last, we have our unit of measure. So if you want to use US metrics, you can choose from there. And that's going to be mainly for businesses that use that sell by weight. So if you have a scale. Once you've done all of that, you've changed some of your settings, you'll just want to click Save, and all of your settings will be saved.